Today we're going to look at Audi S2 Avant. It's a Euro spec car, and we have imported the car ourselves from Europe. It spent all its life in Spain, so the car has no rust anywhere, and it is in pretty nice shape. I'm going to go over the car, then I'll show you the interior, and we'll also do engine start, which will be cold start. The car has not ran in several days. Due to its age, you will see some chips. Some of them have been touched up, some of them have not, but this is just normal wear and tear. Obviously, car is over 25 years old. I'm sure if you look closely at this bumper, you may find some of them on the bumper as well. Farther down here, there's a couple of markings, and these are just little chips. I don't know what they look like in the video, but they're just little specks. Also, the car has some dust on it, so you may see some of that as well. As far as the paint, it's pretty good. The car has some body panels repainted. We haven't done any of the paint work here. All was done in Europe. On a car of that age, without any history, it's really difficult to say why car was painted. I mean, it could have been just scratches, dents, faded paint. You know, the car's been in Spain where it's really hot. The body panels are pretty straight. The gaps between panels are even. So if I had to guess, I don't think any of the paintwork was collision related. If so, maybe something minor, but definitely the car does not look like it was whacked hard or anything like that. Again, it's a pretty straight body and looks pretty good. I'm not gonna mention every single little spec that I see. I'll just go over stuff that's somewhat noticeable. Like, for example, these rims, they do have some curb brush on the edges here. By the way, the tires are new Dunlop tires all around. If you look on this door, here you got a couple of little scratches. Maybe some of them could be sanded down and buffed out. And I think there was some just minor surface stuff that was also on this door, nothing crazy. There was one area right here where you have some touch-up paint, and then you got one little scratch over here that needs to be touched up. This rim has some curb brush, but it's light. Also, because of how these rims are designed with that little edge, you can't really see much of that curb brush because it's just on that little edge rather than on the face of the wheel. And let's go to the other side real quickly. By the way, from what I could tell, all the glass is original on that side. We can check it on the passenger side as well. Yeah, it all looks original, I think. Yep, all the glass is original with the exception of the windshield, and then obviously I'll check the back as well. This side looks pretty good. Just like the driver's side, you have some little specks here on the hood, little chips, but you know, I would imagine a reasonable person expects that on a car of that age. And then again, there is some paint work on the side panels, but it looks decent. I wouldn't say it's the highest quality, but it's not bad either. Maybe some of the areas could be wet sanded slightly and buffed, but I don't think I would repaint it if this was a car for me. But again, gaps are straight, the body panels look straight, so everything is pretty good. This wheel also has some markings, as you can see, but nothing crazy. Here below this molding, there are some long scratches, but they are very light, so I would imagine they could be sanded down or buffed out, and you can't see them a lot because where they are. Here is a little spot that looks like a prep job was not great before it was painted. It's not a very visible flaw. It's a little like a crack in the paint almost. It's not very visible from normal position because it's between this body line and the body side molding, but when you get down to where I am right now, you will see that. And then we're gonna move to the rear wheel, which again, some scuffing but nothing crazy. And I see the rear glass here is original, and this one is also original. Top looks good, and again, I mean, it's a pretty nice car. Let's look inside. From what I remember, there is really no major imperfections inside the car. I'll start from the back seat. Door panels all look good. The leather looks nice. There's no cracks. The headliner, I know you can't see it because the car is in the showroom, but take my word for it. It's original, it's not sagging. It's a good looking headliner. All looks good here. And same thing in the front. So, I mean, even the driver's seat, you know, has some wrinkles, but the leather still looks solid. No cracks, no rips. I mean, definitely a very, very clean car inside. Let's go ahead and start it. Hasn't ran for a few days, so this light here is for that was a park brake, and then it's got this check light that says Bremse light, which is the brake lights, and I think that goes out when you start moving and when you hit the brakes, and then it just says okay. Yep, there you go. I just hit the brakes. I don't know how much of that you can hear. The car does run pretty amazing. The engines sound good, and this is a cold start. Engines sound really good, and car drives strong. It does have a brand new clutch, which was installed in Germany. We decided to do the job in Germany because I did not want to take a risk and find out that there are some parts involved that we cannot get here or some other issues, so we just got this done there. It's got a locking diff. It's got all these extra gauges. It is a 6-speed manual. AC blows cold. It does have adjustable headlights. It has heated seats. And let's go to the front. Oh, one thing I should mention, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks to me like this window switch came from a different car, from a different Audi, because it's kind of out of, I mean, it looks all right, but it almost looks like it should be smaller, especially that little edge here. When the car came here, the windows worked. Same thing with the sunroof. Everything worked fine. Then they quit working. Then they started working again. So we've done some research, and right here there is a relay. It's like a thermal relay or something. And we took that relay out. We put it back. Everything was working again, and then it quit. So right now I see the windows are not working, and I think that relay does also the sunroof, so the sunroof probably is not gonna work right now, but it's an easy fix. It's just that relay. The seats work. The seat positions work fine. It's got power seats and buttons are here. A little strange, but I guess that's how Audi used to do it back then. Let's look at the engine. There we go. .2 liter 5-cylinder turbocharged, very quick, fun to drive. Obviously quattro. I mean, driving the car is fun. It's a light car. Cars back then didn't weigh what they weigh now, so I think that's probably about it. I mean, again, nice clean car, not perfect, but very nice. It comes with 2 keys. I could check for service records. Sometimes cars from Spain come with inspection stamps, so we could check if we have any of that. Important thing is that when we bought it, it did have current registration, and that means it had to be kept in a decent roadworthy condition, because in Europe those annual inspections are pretty strict. They're not just for emission systems, but they're for the brakes and the tires and suspension components. If there are any issues, the car will fail. Even for excessive rust, sometimes the car will not pass annual inspection. That would probably explain the new tires. Again, we really haven't done much to the car. The clutch was weak, we did that. Other than that, it just didn't need any work. So that's that. If you have any questions, give us a call.